Hello, today you all will be painting anything, whether it is something as your passion, drawing, sculpting, making something out of clay, or even designing a meme. Just as long as you paint, draw, sculpt, make, or design something that is school appropriate. If you design something very inappropriate or make anything insulting, you will be in detention to make up for the making of the inappropriate art that you've made. And you'll do that by painting something that is appropriate, and until you make your painting more appropriate, you will continue to stay in the detention room. I will give you all 25 minutes to come up with your art. Alright, now, you may get started with your arts and crafting.
25 minutes later.
Alright class, time's up. Now it's time for me to see and judge how you all did with your arts and crafts. Let's start with you, Shaggy. What kind of art did you create?
I did a sculpture of my Great Dane named Scooby, because he's the love of my life, and we also spend time solving mysteries, alongside with Fred, Daphne, and Velma.
Wow, Shaggy, I can't say how impressed I am with this sculpture. It looks exactly like your Scooby, and not only that, it looks very shiny too. You're getting an A+ for this effort and passion you've put into it. Now moving on to Kotori Minami's art. So Kotori, what is your art about?
I made a meme that will make Jorge, Sean, Matt, and Mr. Saxon happy. It's a meme that says Izuku Midoriya always go for this. And in the bottom with Sue, Ochako, and Mina never ever go for that, only villains do that. Because My Hero Academia is only about Izuku Midoriya, since he's the main character.
And I gotta agree with you, Kotori. Your meme really does state an impressive fact because Deku is the main character. Not Tsuyu Asui, Ochako or Uraraka, and Mina Ashido, so it does make My Hero Academia all about Izuku and not about Sue, Ochako, and Mina. A+ for you too. Now moving to Cuphead. So, let's see your art, Cuphead.
I painted a picture of the love of my life too, just like how Shaggy sculpted his favorite dog. Her name is Miss Chalice.
Well, Cuphead, your painting really shows how much you have feelings for Miss Chalice. However, this does remind me on how I was in a relationship with Cam from class of 3000 and that I was even having feelings for him before. But after Matt Jordan called Jacob Torres out and mentioned the part where me as 19 years old and Cam who is 12 years old were an outlaw shipping, I was very grossed out, and I couldn't believe that I was so blindsided to see that I've been dating a 12-year-old boy this whole time. Cam was also grossed out too, and felt the same way I did. We even both went to therapy because of this. And the worst part of it is something that I rather not talk about. So I'll leave it to that. But me and Cam both agreed to break up. Cam and I aren't the only two seeking therapy, but so is Kiawe and Maki, Gladion and Sissy, Roger and Mugi, Chalky, and Licia, Philly Phil and Nodoka, and Sophocles and Gina. Good thing Moline and Sawako did not end up in a pedo relationship, which is why those two are still together, and same goes to Mallow and Lily since they are the same age. I'm still traumatized with all of this that happened when I was in a relationship with an underage boy like Cam Chen, and I feel really awful.
Listen Mina, don't beat yourself up to it. We all don't know better at times, and we also never know the outcomes either. But you should look at the bright side that you have learned your lesson. And that you can make sure that in order to avoid letting this happen again, you just ask how old they are. Before you can decide to date this person, as long as this person is 16 and up, since the age of consent to where Jacob lives in, which is Connecticut, is 16. But I highly recommend dating someone who is your age, like 18 or up, since you mentioned to me that you're 19 years old, which is 18 and up.
You're right, Cuphead. If I ever meet someone, I will make sure to ask how old they are before I can ever decide whether I want to date him or not. But anyways, I would say an A right there since the background is alright, but your painting does seem impressive. Now next up, Akane Nishimura. So what did you make for your art, Akane? I sketched the Grim Reaper, since it would represent how I always been called the Grim Reaper by many of my bullies. and that brought Takada's attention and suddenly attracted him since he is interested in getting powers from the Grim Reaper. Speaking of that, this Grim Reaper sketch also reminds me of how me and Takada share a bond too. You know Akane, sharing bonds do help you become stronger, and this Grim Reaper drawing that you've made really looks cool. However, I do see some less of the background, so maybe you could add more to that, but good job Akane, I will give that an A. Alright now, I will move on to Little D's art. Now Little D, what is your art?
It's right where I'm holding. I made a drum out of origami, and it comes with the drumsticks that I also made out of origami.
That origami looks pretty cool Little D, come to think of it, it almost seems realistic as I thought, but I would say an A right there but one grade close to an A+. Now it's Scary Girl's turn, or should I say, Lauren. So Lauren, what kind of art did you design?
Oh, I didn't need to design any art, because I've already designed mine while I was competing in Total Drama Island 2023. It's right in my hand. It's a skull that has my hair and makeup. Just thought I'd bring my art instead of creating it here.
Okay, but I normally wouldn't suggest bringing art because the school rules state that you must design art here instead of designing it during pastimes or out of this school. But your skull design looks creative and it does look exactly like you. So I'm giving you an A-. But next time, please make sure you create your art in here and not bring it.
Okie dokie.
Now next is Lincoln Loud's art. Now let's see what you've painted Lincoln.
I painted a video game controller because playing video games is something I enjoy doing. I also play video games with my best friend Clyde whenever he comes over at my house.
Well, all I see is just a video game controller, but you painted it quite good. The only thing that needs improvement is the background, because it's only white. So overall, I would say a B since the background needs to have color to put in a pizzazz to this painting. Now next up, Viley Anderson. So what art did you make, Viley?
Honestly, I'm not much of a painter, so I just painted a stick figure person because for me, it just seems more easier to paint.
You know Viley, as much as you are not fond of art, you have to try to find something that might motivate you if you want to be good with your art. But you know, I will let this slide but I will result you with a B-. But next time, think of something that you like to do that is creative and put that into this art class if you want to improve like I said about doing something other than painting. Now next up is O'Hare. So what did you paint, O'Hare?
Honestly, I don't really like to paint, so I just scrabble with each and every random colors.
Look, as much as you don't like painting nor doing any art, you are not even trying, all you did was just painted scribbles. But you should be lucky that I will not fail you because this scribble is more colorful enough to grade you a C-. So I repeat, a C- for you. Now last but not least, Cozy Glow. So Cozy Glow, what did you?
Haha. LOL. F you mean nah.
Cozy Glow. What is this? Do you think this is funny?
Ha 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 ha.
Do you think this is funny?
Yes I do. Because this art class sucks. And so are you.
Well, if you are gonna paint something insulting, especially towards teachers, then I'll have to report you to the principal's office.
You can't do that.
Oh, I certainly can, I'm your teacher.
You're an art teacher.
Come with me to Sunny Bridges' office right now.
At Sunny Bridges' office.
Cozy Glow, you should know better not to make very disgraceful and disrespectful paintings out of people, especially to teachers. You will be getting a 1-day in school suspension, and while you're in ISS, you will be making a new art that will be more school appropriate.
So Sunny, what can I do with this disgraceful painting?
You can just throw this painting in the incinerator while I escort Cozy Glow to the ISS room. And after you burn the painting, You can get a new blank art stand for Cozy Glow to paint.
On it, Sunny. Now I'll go get a blank art stand and bring it in the ISS room where Cozy Glow is going to paint something that is more appropriate.
In the ISS room.
And after you are done with your painting, and it is something school appropriate, I will escort you to bring that painting to me now. Have you apologized to her for insulting her earlier with that bird flipping painting, and bring you back here to serve more time here?